Over the years, we're seeing more and more people vaping as it becomes a more and more common hobby for people to pick up vapes and smoke them rather than cigarettes, as opposed to the old times where people would smoke more cigarettes. You see nowadays in the 2020s and stuff like that, most people who smoke nicotine most definitely smoke a vape. Now, there's a lot of vapes that came out with them being Juuls and Puff Bars and all those around the years, but there was one particular company that put out a lot of ones. You see, a particular Chinese company also responsible for Lost Mary and Elf Bar, which have been banned previously, were responsible for the most popular vape right now, which is a GeekBar. We're about to dive into the whole story and the whole back lore and backstory of the company that made the GeekBar, the Elf Bar, the Lost Mary, the Air Bar, and every other one. This is the story of Shenzen IMiracle. Now, like any vaping company, this story starts in China.
China.
As you all know, most vapes are probably made in China, and it's the hub and capital of distributing vapes. But this specifically starts in the city of Shenzhen, China. According to research, Shenzhen is essentially the hub and capital of most of the vape distributing that goes on in China. It's a place where most of the factories where the vapes are being made are, and it's a place where most of the companies start. And this is where it brings us into a company that we know today. You see, iMiracle's first successor was the Elf Bar. The Elf Bar was the sleek, in-your-hand device that was designed to be ready to use as a vape. It had flavors like pina colada, strawberry mango, and lemon mint that made a lot of people think it was intended for kids, as it resulted in it being pulled from the shelves because of this. Exactly. In fact, the Elf Bar has been mimicked by other brands, such as the Flum Pebble, the Air Next, and a bunch of other brands, because of exactly how innovative this vape was. In 2023, the New York Times even named it as a top vape. But the FDA eventually cracked down on these, saying that the brand was marketing them to kids with their fruity flavors, and advertising them to be available to kids, and appealing to kids. This of course meant the FDA cracked down on everyone selling them and distributing them in the US, and most places stopped carrying them as a whole, as the FDA was already cracking down on everyone who had them in their store as a whole, and even available.
But what did they avoid cracking down on? You see, aside from Lost Marys essentially not being banned, but Elf Bars being banned, as they were the only one that were really recognizable because of the flavorful taste of them and the colorful packaging, colorful design on the vapes. But the Geek Bars, however, were another design they had, another vape that they came up with later years that had been essentially not banned in every place in the United States, somehow till this day. They started Geek Bars a while after making the Lost Marys and the Elf Bars, and this one took off. Everybody uses these. You see everyone nowadays with a Geek Bar if they have a vape, and somehow they've avoided and completely just shut out the FDA from ever noticing that they're selling these in the United States. And I can attest to this as I go to my local smoke shop and I still pick up Geek Bars to this day to smoke myself, and they are not banned there. They are not going anywhere. I've seen them in several places as well, not just the smoke shop here. There's smoke shops near other places where I go, and they still have Geek Bars. It seems to be the only one that the FDA has completely avoided banning, and the FDA has completely gone unnoticed about, as it's everywhere in the shops, everywhere in every smoke shop from California to everywhere else in the United States, and it's just crazy. Now, as I mentioned, Shenzhen is the hub and capital of vape manufacturing, where all the vapes are manufactured and distributed. All the vapes are made in the factories, and this might contribute to why they are being distributed there and why this exact company started up there, as it was a great opportunity for a company based in the hub of vape distributing and manufacturing to start a company that is appealing to United States users and somehow win over a bit of cash in revenue from getting their products sold in the United States, as this is a big opportunity for most vape products and most vape retailers who are outside the United States to have their stuff sold in United States factories or United States distributors or retailer shops. Now, of course, this is still not banned. It's strange why it's not banned, because there's even cases now that was happening the same thing with Elf Bar that they were worried about, where kids are smoking Geek Bars. And I see way more kids smoking Geek Bars than Elf Bars, honestly. I mean, it used to be the Puff Bars, But now it's the geek bars. I mean, I don't see anyone smoking an elf bar nowadays. If you take a look outside, you'll see most people either have a cigarette or they have a geek bar or something else. And it's not really a common thing to see that anymore. So the FDA, in result of this, actually resulted in continuing to provide more of that than what they're actually trying to avoid with the sales of it to minors, as I see a lot of people out here with geek bars that are underage. Now, will they ever ban it? I don't know. The FDA is very lackluster on what they ban, what they don't ban. It used to be just flavored cartridges and pods for nicotine, and now it's disposable vapes as well, even though it wasn't disposable vapes before, but it's just weird. I think, honestly, they'll catch up eventually, so we should take these for granted, but in the meantime, it doesn't look like they're going anywhere, as I see them everywhere in every shop, and every smoke shop and head shop everywhere here, and not even in California, too. They're everywhere pretty much. So yeah. We're back with another video. So, will the FDA ban it? I don't know. It's really hard to tell with how weird the FDA is sometimes on their rules and legislations and stuff like that. But, I don't know. They might ban it, they might not. But, I guess that's it for the video otherwise. Until then, my name is Vape and Chris. I hope you enjoyed. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button, as it greatly helps me as a content creator to keep creating stuff like this for y'all. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love y'all, bye guys.
I'm a schemer boy, I'm a dreamer boy, I love a girl